trying to understand why someone would say to you as you'd got ready to go out for the night, and you come downstairs and go, I'm heading out. What do you think? I'm going to a big event. It's a work thing. I don't know why you bother. No one's going to look at you.
Jeez.
Why go to all that effort? No one cares. And trying to explain to someone about your day and being completely shut down time and time again. And then you hear that they're lying about you and saying horrible things behind your back. And then actually they're cheating on you on top of all of that. I've had those experiences. And I suppose now it's called gaslighting. At the time, I didn't know that was what it was. But at the time, I felt like I was running to stand still to try and make it into something I now see it was never going to be. Because I thought that being kind, being supportive, being present, being all the things that I felt they wanted actually was making it worse because you were just being so irritating. And actually, I see it now so clearly. What they wanted was for me to just go away. And I kept blooming staying because I thought you just keep working at something. But I see that now quite clearly. What it's left me with, though, is I do still struggle with speaking up because in my past, it's not gone down very well. And the responses have not been very, very nice, shall we say. So there's a lot of fear about speaking up because I don't know what the response is going to be. Even now in a relationship where I know it's all fine and that would never happen, it's like a shadow that appears out of nowhere. It's difficult to explain without saying too much, and because I have children, so I don't want to go into too much detail, but it never quite goes. If that makes sense.
Is it a similar sort of reflex when you burn yourself and then you're just edgy around that thing you burnt yourself on for the rest of time?
I think in a simplistic way, yes, but then you would always know that fire is going to burn you. I think or something hot is going to burn you. I think with relationships, particularly ones with someone who is supposed to love you, when they turn so quickly, when you think that if you've been having a nice day and you say one thing that is apparently so infuriating and wrong, and you haven't seen it coming. And for someone who can normally read a room really well, it's difficult because it's like your senses are scrambled. I can remember having a wonderful weekend, great weekend, loads of friends around and all this sort of stuff. And as we waved at the door and shut the door to say goodbye, in an instant it changed. And suddenly, apparently I had done everything wrong that weekend. I'd humiliated them. I'd done the food had been terrible. All of these things. And then you have to suffer for that for days afterwards and you don't even see it coming. And yet on the outside, you're smiling and you're living this amazing golden life and doing this fantastic job. But actually, behind closed doors, it's not like that at all. So that's what I mean by sometimes even speaking up is difficult because that wave comes with it. But also, it's not like a fire because you recognize what a fire is and you stay away from it. Sometimes it looks like everything's fine. So you don't know that it's suddenly going to turn into a fire. It's quite challenging. So I think in the present, for me, sometimes I can overread something and think it's turning into something that it's not. And I react as if it has, and it hasn't. So that's where Nick is very good at like, whoa, I literally just said X, Y, and Z. Didn't mean that. You're all good.